Happy Friday, friends! Welcome back. We are on day 7, I think. No, we're on day 8 of part 4 of A Faith That Works When Life Doesn't. Grab your coffees, your Bibles, tablets, journals, whatever you need, and let's dig in and see what the Word has for us today and what Rick Warren has for us in this devotional. We are reading out of Ephesians this morning, chapter 4, verse 27. The NLT version, I was looking at my physical Bible here, and it is just the end of a complete sentence. So verse 27 is, "For anger gives a foothold to the devil." But what precedes that is verse 26, and it says, "And don't sin by letting anger control you. Don't let the sun go down while you are still angry." And then goes into verse 27, "For anger gives a foothold to the devil." So I just wanted to give you that whole or complete sentence there to put it into full context. And then reading from the Amplified Version, "And do not give the devil an opportunity to lead you into sin by holding a grudge or nurturing anger or harboring resentment or cultivating bitterness." So there we have 2 different versions of that. Let's see what Rick Warren has to say about this verse. "Don't let your emotions give Satan a foothold. In every quarrel, an unseen spiritual war is going on behind the scenes. On the surface, a quarrel may seem minor. You may think you're arguing about who didn't take out the garbage or who left their clothes on the floor. But at a deeper level, Satan is trying to create chaos, distractions, and destruction in your relationships." How true that is. He is behind the scenes taking every opportunity to produce conflict in your life. You won't have peace in your life if you think you're only fighting with another person. You're actually fighting against spiritual forces. Satan is not seen, but he is real. He is the source behind all conflict. Ephesians 4:27 says, "Anger gives a foothold to the devil." Anger gives Satan something to hold on to in your life. Anytime you get angry and use hurtful words, you open the door for Satan to get a foothold in your emotions and create chaos. You can't have healthy relationships if you have uncontrolled and chaotic emotions. When you become angry, Satan is ready with an arsenal of hurtful words that he plants in your mind. He feeds your pride. He makes you think you must be right or at least have the last word. He keeps you from seeing or caring about the hurt you're causing. How do you fight against that kind of power? Resist the devil. When you realize you're about to get into a quarrel with someone, be aware that Satan has a plan to upset you. He wants you to be stressed, angry, and hurt. Satan will use any negative emotion in your life to destroy your peace, but you don't have to let him. We don't want to unwittingly give Satan an opening for yet more mischief. We're not oblivious to his sly ways. And that's from 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, the Message version of the Bible. If you're not aware of how Satan plots and schemes against you, then you will be outwitted time and time again. But when you understand how he uses angry and hurtful words to get a foothold in your life and in your relationships, you'll be better equipped to stop a quarrel before it starts. Next time you're tempted to respond in anger, make the choice to speak life and love instead. Love that. Oh my gosh, so true, so true. And our talk it over questions. How does knowing Satan is at work behind the scenes change how you approach a disagreement? Why do you think Satan uses your emotions to instigate conflict? And how do the words you speak and the way you say them influence tense conversations? Ooh, those are some good questions to really ponder and journal about. Just really, when you think about where we're at right now in the world and how there really is a spiritual warfare going on. I think we feel it, whether we recognize it as that or not. Certainly people in the Christian world label it as such. It's very real. I think, as I say, it's something we're all experiencing during this just really, really challenging time in the world with this pandemic and with all the political unrest and just so much happening. And the divide that all these things is creating in relationships, in families, in just in the world, it is definitely Satan's playground. This is where he loves to just create and wreak havoc on all of us and the world. That's what he's in the business of doing, is just creating conflict and trouble and unrest. And so the more we are aware of that, the more we can see that for what it is, the better equipped we can be to resist it and to respond the way God would want us to respond, and that's from a place of love and peace. And and speaking life into people and bringing hope and encouragement and all of the wonderful things that come from God, and not the troubling and downright evil things that can come from the enemy. So next time you find yourself on the verge of conflict, getting angry, getting upset about what something says, just remember, when we do that, we give Satan a foothold. We give him something to really grab onto and take us down. So resist that with all your might. Just resist anything that isn't from God, and just walk in love and in light and in hope. And as I say, just be the light in the world. There's so much light needed in the darkness that's surrounding us these days. So just like envisioning yourself as a candle and passing that candle on to the person next to you to ignite their light inside of them, so that if anyone is in darkness, then you can give them light, and or, as I say, ignite the light that's already in them that they just have somehow managed to let go out because of circumstances in their lives and or in the world. So I will leave that with you as you go into your weekend. I know the weather's not looking so hot, but just make the best of it. Enjoy, and know that I love you and I appreciate you joining me each morning. And I hope to see you back on Monday. Join me as we continue on in part 4 of this plan of faith that works when life doesn't. Love you all. Have an amazing day and an even better weekend. I'll see you all Monday morning. Bye for now.